All right, so this is the spark plug wire loom that I have been printing for folks. Again, emphasizing not selling, but printing and being reimbursed for shipping fees. The only other thing that I would charge anyone for is to paint it the specific color. But this design was off of Thingiverse, and it specifically said not to make any money off of it. So there you go. There's a problem with this design, though. It's two-dimensional, and it's in 3D space. Also, it is a interference fit, which means that the wires need to fit into these little slots, and there's a little nub on them that keeps them from coming out, but it doesn't really work that well. After a while, they vibrate, and you might lose the wiring loom altogether. The biggest problem that I have with this, aside from, copyright, is you can't see it. Because it's two-dimensional in 3D space, the logo should be facing up, but it's facing perpendicular to where you would view it. So I am taking it upon myself to make my own design. Far be it for me to complain and not have a solution. So that's what I'm working on today. We're going to make a new wiring loom, and I'm going to sell it on eBay, and it will be my design, and it will be in 3D space so you can see the logo, and I'll make them available in whatever color that you want in the background here. So there you go. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll show you the design in my 3D CAD software. All right, so this is my new design. It looks a little bit different, and that's because it has to be a little bit beefier. It's still an MG logo. It still has a three-dimensional space where you can fill in with a little bit of paint to give you a colored background. But what's different is that the wiring loom is perpendicular to the logo. So now when you have your wires on, you'll be able to see the logo. Here's the actual wiring loom where the wires go in. And one of the things that I'd mentioned in previously in the video was that it was an interference fit. It had a little nub right here to catch the wires. And that was not really a positive connection. So what I'm doing on this one is I put a little slot that goes all the way through that you can slide a wire, a zip tie in. And so if you take two zip ties, you put one in on one side, and then you just take the head off of the other one, and you snap it into the end of the zip tie on this end and snip off the edges. And what that does is it gives you a positive connection that won't vibrate off. And so that's the idea anyway. I'm currently printing the prototype, and we'll put it together and we'll see what it looks like. I'll show you what it looks like in the print process. All right, here you can see the printer busy doing its thing. You notice on any of the vertical surfaces that are suspended, it does these little trees. Those are little fillers so that you can get a horizontal surface suspended in space. And that's what it's doing right here, is it's growing the trees for the logo. See, that's the tree support for the logo that will be on there. This print job takes about 4 hours, and we're about 45% done. So once we get this done, we'll put it in the car. I'll show you what it looks like. There you go, prototype in place. The logo is a little bit bigger than the old version, but I don't know if I want to make it smaller. I mean, I could reduce the size, and then it would make the wires a little closer together. But I kind of like the size of it. It really sticks out. I don't know. We'll figure that out. Also, this is done. It's a prototype, so it's kind of rough. The actual ones, you can see I have a little bit better sheen to them. They're printed in ABS, and they're cleaned up nice. So we'll run another one of these now that I know that it fits and the wires go in fine. You can see the wires fitting in their little slots. I haven't put a zip tie in here. That's the next thing to try, but you can see it's going to fit just fine. The spacing is just perfect. So, all right, let's do a finished grade version of this, and then we'll recap the video. Great. I like this one. This is a lot better. All right, so there you go, finished grade. Got it painted and everything. Here you can see it's got a zip tie through the back. This moves nice and easy. So the concept here is that you put a zip tie through on one side, and then you take another zip tie and you just slide it on and you snip both ends off, right? So that the head of the second zip tie becomes the fastener that holds it in. And that will hold those wires in place, and you don't have to worry about it vibrating or anything. So let me go ahead and get this thing installed and show you what it looks like. All right, there you go, all installed. You can see I've got the original zip tie right here, and then the second zip tie right here. I'm just going to snip those tails off. I'll have to track that one down. There you go. Nice and clean. Doesn't move around at all. You don't have to worry about vibrating or losing it. It's not gonna, you're not gonna end up in traffic. I like how it kind of symmetrically lines up right on top of the oil cooler too. That wasn't by design, but it kind of works out that way. It looks like it was made for it. Well, technically was made for it. But the other thing I like about this is it keeps the oil dipstick from rubbing on the wires, and it keeps the wires off of the heater control valve. So this is really kind of a neat little piece of kit. All right, so I'm going to put these on eBay for about $10. I'll make a bunch of red ones because that's kind of standard. But if you want one that's any other color to match your engine bay, just let me know. Send me a message on MGB Experience. I go under the Texas 77 MGB is my handle. And I'll put one up on eBay. The thing about eBay is you got to move quick. You put something up there, you don't know who's going to buy it. So it happens quite often that somebody asks for a thing, I'll put it up there and it's gone, and I have to make another one. So just, coordinate with me on that and I'll make that happen. Also, if you don't want to pay for the eBay fees and you still want one for $10, I will pay for the shipping if instead of going to eBay, you go to my GoFundMe page. I'm trying to collect some money to buy a park bench for my uncle who passed away last year. And so a $10 donation on that will also get you one of these, and I'll pay for the shipping. Just need to coordinate again through MGB Experience so I can get your address. Don't want to share that stuff in the public space. So that's all I got for you today on this topic. I hope you like these. Cheers.